Welcome to Cool School's Introduction to the Content Management Systems available through your cPanel. In this introductory course, we're covering three of the most popular CMS options. While there are more at your fingertips, these three are the ones that will allow you or your client to move your website to another hosting ISP without major issues. This is an important criteria to ensure everyone is well served. Every CMS program is better some of the time. Each situation calls for different measures, and by choosing well at the outset with each project, we ensure that every site completed will outlive those that might have been made in haste. Between these three content management system packages, you have the best choices at your fingertips more than 95% of the time. Let's take a look at the shortlist. Site Builder is the CMS darling of cPanel. New users love the simplicity. The drag and drop plug and play nature of the Site Builder helps keep things uniform and consistent for those not experienced in website building. WordPress, on the other hand, is the longtime favorite among webmasters. It has great features, and there are thousands of third-party templates, themes, and plugins that help make every site unique. Joomla rises to the top when there's a complex weave of interactivity on the agenda. Large data membership sites thrive in Joomla, and as with WordPress, there are thousands of ways to make it unique. We'll take a brief look at all these packages going forward that will help you choose well for you or your client's needs. And again, any of these choices enables portability of the website. We consider this a top priority. Okay, let's check into Site Builder briefly. This software is hosted right on cPanel, so there's no installation necessary. You simply click the Site Builder icon and select the URL you want to build for. Site Builder offers templates that fit today's modern expectations, and what people love about it is the beautiful drag and drop way we can add features such as slideshows, galleries, even a shopping cart. And again, there's no installing required, let alone updating. This is all taken care of by Site Builder. These are the very reasons that Site Builder makes great sense if your client intends to take over the updating once the build is complete, or if you're building for yourself and don't want to get too involved in a learning curve. So now that we know Site Builder is installation free, plus has that fabulous drag and drop building ability, let's take a closer look. There are about 200 templates to work with, and once you've got that choice covered, you'll find a panel full of features such as slideshows, videos, social media, galleries, overlays, headlines, shopping, and more. If you're familiar with WordPress or Joomla, you'll see quickly that this feature panel includes almost every standard plugin you normally install in a regular configuration of these two other platforms. And that's what's so great. It's all there and ready to use. You simply drag and drop things to the page where you want them and fill in some info before going live. Also found in your panel build is a publish button that lets you save your work. While these sites are gorgeous, it can't be stressed enough that when we say simple, we mean simple. I want to zoom in for a minute here. Site Builder is not just for postcard sites. There are a number of interactive features, and one of the most sought after in any platform is right here. The shopping cart within Site Builder is great for most basic needs. No, you don't want to set up a high volume set of products, nor do you want to try to configure a complex shipping system. But boy, with its extensive payment gateway options, it shines for those who want to sell a few things without getting too deep into extensive software. And I'll tease you right now with the mention of a couple other advanced features, including events calendar and some very cool social media options. So again, if you don't know this software, it makes great sense to check in and take a look. It's quite likely that what you've been looking for and missing in terms of working with clients that don't need all the complexity that comes with Joomla and WordPress is right here. So let's recap. Site Builder makes great sense if you or your client are new to making websites, yet will be taking care of the building and or updating. Site Builder is loaded with features and killer easy to use. The simplicity is maintained by keeping it contained to the most common features a site might want. Site Builder can be moved from hosting provider to hosting provider. Most cPanel enabled ISPs offer Site Builder, and that keeps you in control of the hosting platform. Site Builder has e-commerce. It's basic, but it fits most needs. With Site Builder, there is little access to third-party plugins, components, or add-ons, so while there are lots of templates and features included, those you see are those you get. So before choosing Site Builder, ensure you have a full list of website needs. If they fit this software, then it's really hard to choose wiser. In the downloadable PDF that comes with this course, we've included the full list of features you'll find in Site Builder, and yep, they're all included in your cPanel platform at Coolcom. This is not the case at all cPanel platform hosting providers. Okay, let's take a first glance at WordPress. This package requires installation, which will add responsibility to the mix. It leaves you in charge of updating the software and any plugins that you add, but it also leaves you able to easily up and move to any other hosting ISP. WordPress gives you access to thousands of templates that allow for almost any website design you can possibly imagine, and many of those bring with them special pre-configured features, be that a cart, a calendar, or other functionality. And of course, WordPress opens a world of thousands of plugins, choices of many kinds of carts and calendars, each with their own advantages. It's also fabulous for blogging, the original core WordPress function. These are some of the reasons you might choose to go with WordPress over something like Site Builder, but keep in mind that with these expanded bits of awesomeness comes more learning. WordPress is well known among webmasters for its easy-to-use interface and ability to run a diverse set of software choices and templates. This allows for almost any website to be dreamed and built with a minimum of heavy lifting. The extensive menu on the left-hand side of your site admin panel gives you the access to core functions of your website as well as ability to set up and maintain any added plugins. So if you add an event calendar, for instance, you'll find it conveniently listed in that same left-hand menu, ready for configuration and use. The WordPress menu also lets you know when core software or any plugins you've added require updating. Because WordPress is installed and controlled by the webmaster, it's vital to pay attention to those. In this shot, you can see there are a few plugins that need updates, as shown by the red dot beside the plugin menu itself. WordPress is well known among webmasters for its easy-to-use interface and ability to run a diverse set of software choices and templates. This allows for almost any website to be dreamed and built with a minimum of heavy lifting. The extensive menu on the left-hand side of your site admin panel gives you access to the core functions of your website as well as the ability to set up and maintain any added plugins. So if you add an event calendar, for instance, you'll find it conveniently listed in that same left-hand menu, ready for configuration and use. The WordPress menu also lets you know when the core software or any plugins you've added require updating. Because WordPress is installed and controlled by the webmaster, it's vital to pay attention to those. In this shot, you can see there are a few plugins that need updates, as shown by the red dot beside the plugin menu item. To recap, WordPress makes great sense if you have a relatively complex site that will be expected to grow, shift, and change over time. WordPress gives you access to thousands of plugins that let you set up websites to use advanced calendars, carts, multimedia, classifieds, business listings, and so on. WordPress is a consistently updating software, which means you need to stay on top of things, but in return, you have secure software that suits most internet needs. WordPress is fully portable, making it easy to move. On the downside, though, WordPress abilities are so vast that inexperienced clients may have trouble sourcing the best plugins for their needs and may also have trouble learning to maintain and source and secure their site. Before choosing WordPress, ensure that you or your client is prepared for that curve. It's not complex at the core, but it can grow outwardly. Our last content management platform to cover today is Joomla. Like WordPress, Joomla is installed on the server. For both, there is a convenient one-click install button you can use, which keeps things fairly simple. Joomla truly excels when it comes to sites that plan on a large and growing membership base that will use plenty of interactive features. Think business listings, megastores, sites with thousands of members, and indeed varying levels with varying features per level of membership. Joomla is a workhorse that does plenty of heavy lifting and tends to lean towards the more secure side of content management offerings that require installation and maintenance by the webmaster. Like the rest, Joomla is also portable, so there is very little effort involved if the site requires a move to almost any other hosting provider. Joomla carries a level of complexity that also presents an interesting set of barriers in terms of ease of use. For that reason, we like to add a framework system to it. Frameworks take the functionality of Joomla and rearrange the user interface to make it far easier to use and in most cases also far more extensive. Here we show a screenshot of Helix by JoomShaper. This is one of our favorites as it brings with it hundreds of plugins that can be dragged and dropped for instant use. Think galleries, slideshows, videos, forums, etc. And it also allows the webmaster to integrate any more complex plugins such as events, software, or business listings, etc. Some of you may recall that before Windows was an independent operating system, it was basically a framework for DOS. Joomla, coupled with a strong framework, can move any complex interactive site into the next level without giving up security or degradation with database expansion. Sites with a high degree of interactivity will, over time, experience large amounts of database expansion, which is when Joomla shines, as you'll find there are so few issues that ever arise. As with WordPress, there are thousands of templates, plugins, and components that you can add to Joomla, so you're never short of the ability to meet even the highest demands of a website dream, be that your client's or your own. So let's recap. Joomla makes great sense if you have a complex interactive site that will be expected to expand with user-driven data. Joomla gives you access to thousands of components and plugins that let you build reliable, high interactivity, including classifieds, business listings, news agencies, social platforms, etc. Joomla is a secure platform that tends to vet the components and plugins that they recommend. This translates to fewer hacks when the software is well maintained. Joomla is fully portable, making it easy to move. On the downside, Joomla is more complex. Inexperienced users will resist learning, which makes this the best choice for the development of a system where maintenance personnel is already a well-trained IT. Before choosing Joomla, ensure that your client has a budget for professional upkeep for the jobs of updating the core software as well as the components and plugins. So now let's take a look at the side-by-side shortlist of all three. Here's what it comes down to. Site Builder is easiest for the new customer. Clients who want to DIY once their site is built will love being handed the keys to a Site Builder package. While the software is hosted, the Site Builder files that create your site are hosted locally on the server, so sites can be migrated to other cPanel systems. WordPress is webmaster-centric. Webmasters love WordPress for the large selection of templates, and with some help, clients can learn it. WordPress has known security issues that need to be taken into consideration when choosing software, especially if clients will take over maintenance. Joomla is membership powerful, worth the complexity curve if a developer plans for an expanding site with a high degree of interactivity. While plugins and components are vetted, there are a lot of accessible security options that make Joomla a really good choice where public data is held. In closing, we have the following conclusions. 1. Know how to use at least 3 packages for website building, ensuring clients are getting what they need and are not limited by the fact that the developer only knows one trick. 2. Make vetting for software security your #1 criteria when seeking plugins and components. Use Google, check the developer forums, exercise due diligence so you can back your choices 2 years from now. 3. Choose your build platform individually with each new site and make that choice based on conversations with your client about what they need and ultimately the successes they envisage. A good developer will learn on the fly as well as use several packages so clients are getting what they need rather than being limited by what the developer knows.